As I arrived at my brother's house, the aroma of stew cooking on the hob drifted through the open window. It smelled like my favorite, egusi and bitter leaf. My stomach rumbled as the smell of spices and palm oil wafted up my nose. I felt like an addict about to fall off the wagon. It had been a while, and they were pulling out all the stops. I took another sniff, and with it came a worn memory from childhood. My brain pressed rewind, and I was 12 again. And not only could I smell my mum's stew, but the scent of Chanel No. 5 mingled with sweat also tingled my olfactory senses. I blinked, and instead of the brass knocker, I saw the curve of her smile that lit up her whole face and revealed gleaming white teeth. They would have been perfect, but for that large gap between the incisors. Dad called her Gappy. I was 8 when I finally figured out it was not her real name. Once upon a time, I called her Gap Mum. She'd laugh and squeeze me tight and place a kiss on the top of my head. Those were the happy days, before it all unraveled. A day branded into memory with a hot iron poker, never to fade away. It was my 12th birthday. I'd gone to bed excited because Mum was throwing a big party, but, most importantly, Femi Bolade, whom I had the biggest crush on, was coming. He was 18 and my brother's best friend. I didn't stand a chance with him, but I still dreamt of the moment. I was a gangly and pimply prepubescent teen and thought I knew everything there was to know about anything. And I was in a huge hurry to grow up, mainly because I wanted him to notice me, minus the annoying pimples. That morning, Mum dragged me out from under my Care Bear quilt. I was in the space between waking and still dreaming about kissing Femi Bolade on the lips, and I very much resented being shaken out of my dream. She insisted on taking me food shopping in Peckham, a weekly ritual I abhorred. Peckham was the only place she liked to go to buy the Nigerian produce Dad used to cook. It was summer, and Peckham on a hot summer's day brings with it the sounds and smells of Lagos or Kingston, whiffs of overripe mango, pawpaw, melon, and other produce blended with snatches of Yoruba and Jamaican patois as old women haggled over prices and got reacquainted. "Ha, my sister, how you dey? Long time, mo. How your pikin?" Or, "Oga, how much for your yam?" were snippets of conversation that caught my ear. Mum never liked to linger. We always went straight to Mr. Gupta on the corner, who unfailingly had our order ready when we arrived. All Mum did was half-heartedly haggle over the price of yam and plantain before we headed back to the car and back to the other side of town. That was the summer everything changed. She had decided we needed to learn more about our culture, so she enrolled us in Yoruba classes, made us African outfits, and drastically changed our diet. But then it all unraveled. I found out. A familiar knot tightened in the bowels of my stomach as the brass knocker came back into focus. My eyes swam and I shook my head, remembering where I was. They were all in there. Vague shapes moved through the netted curtains. My hand dropped to my side without lifting the knocker, and I turned and walked away. I still wasn't ready to forgive the lie. I wasn't ready to accept what was true. That they weren't my real family. That I wasn't Nigerian. That I wasn't anybody. That I wasn't anything. I was that unwanted baby, abandoned in a skip. I needed more time to adjust to my new reality. Because everything I held dear has been a lie. And all that was me was gone. As I walked down the pathway, the spicy aroma of my mother's stew followed me onto the street, mocking my fear, reminding me of a fabricated past.